Hi, thanks for stopping by. This is my week 4 of my quick and easy Christmas card series. And this is the card that I have for you today. Super simple. It is just basically a couple of tags, a focal point, little decoration, got a couple of layers. I got my sentiments stamped on the inside, and that is it. Let me bring in the pieces that we are using. This is going to be built on, this one I did on a side fold, but I chose to do this one on a top folding card. So it is your standard A2. This is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The plaid piece I have here is 4 by 5 1/4. So let's get that adhered down. Super simple. This paper here, this one comes from the 6 by 6. Bring that in real quick. The mix and match specialty designer paper. This is one with all the different papers and little embellishments and everything. So super easy. Let's get this adhered down. Just going to center that here. Card looks to be a little crooked, but we'll straighten that out in a bit. Lift that back up. And let's get that centered there. There we go. The tags that I have, this is just a tag out of my stash. It's one I've been using for a long time. I have it linked below. It's from Amazon. So if you like it, it comes with a bunch of different sizes, but it is my favorite. Can't see it here, but it does on this one. I think you can see it. Reindeer is stuck. It has some really pretty just stitching all the way around. Super simple. I took one of them and ran it through the mini corrugated embossing folder just to give it a little bit of texture. This I'm going to glue down with some Verily Art glue because of the texture. It doesn't work as well with the tape runner. So let's get that glued down real quick. And I just offset that slightly. And then we'll glue this down as well just so that it attaches to the one below. And we won't have an issue with it coming off. Just going to line up the holes right there in the center. I'm going to just bring that over just a touch. We're going to put a bow on top. So that'll be cute. This little guy here, he is from the, sorry, I got to bring it in here. It's from last year. This is the Reindeer Days paper pack. And then I use the die that coordinates with it to cut him out. So we'll just get him attached down. But any, image will work. It doesn't have to be from the designer series paper. It could be a snowflake. It could be a Christmas tree. It could be an ornament. Anything would work really well. I'm just going to get him adhered down. Sentiment. So that's super quick and easy. You could stamp one if you'd like yourself, but this one just came out of the sentiment pack that they have out right now. Stampin' Up has going. So I'm just going to place that right there. Get that straight. Cute. Going to add some Christmas lights. This is also from the Reindeer Fun die set that has the die for that reindeer there. And I only use part of it, and I will trim it off once I have it. Oops. Pick up that glue. There we go. Wanted to make sure I didn't want a half a light on there. I wanted to make sure I probably should have attached it first, but not a big deal. Just going to come in with my scissors, snip that off, turn it around, and we will snip off the other side. And let's measure this one off. That way it'll be a little easier to put down. That way we'll go, so it's actually like that. Snip right there. And we can just adjust or trim as necessary. Might be a little easier to get it attached. And I'm just going to glue down the lights. The rest will stay. Let's get that right about there. And then we'll just, oopsies, trim that little bit off. Right there. There we go. Yep, there we go. So we have our streamer. Looks very cute. I have some just simple gold thread and a glue dot. Just pulled one out, make it easy. I'm going to tie my bow ahead of time. Well, actually, let's see if we can get it through the holes. And then just tie it on that way. There we go. I think I'd rather just tie a knot and then tie a bow. There we go. And then we'll just glue it in place so it doesn't untie. Okay. There we go. Pull that down. Just grab this glue dot and that will just keep it from untying. I'm going to roll that up into like a little ball because I don't need much. Get my bow where I want it. Just slide it right underneath. And then you won't see it. And then it's secure. So let's trim off our ends. There you go. And that probably has been the quickest and easiest one that I have made. Super cute, super simple. We got our sentiment on the inside. Let me bring in a couple of the other ones that I made with the same concept. I did 2 others. And a lot of the stuff I just brought out of my stash, which was great. I had, this also comes from that reindeer fun. These were pre-made. This comes from that 6x6 specialty pack where that paper's from. This one I used the brick embossing folder for the background there. And these papers again are from the 6x6. Super cute, super simple, super fast. Have my sentiment there on the inside. And then this one, again, I stayed with the tag concept, but I didn't add an image. I did put a sentiment that I had embossed in silver. This is done in Misty Moonlight. And then I just stamped a background of snowflakes out of one of the current snowflake packs. This tag is the new tag set. Let me grab that one really quick. This is the, excuse my dog here. This is, you can see I have a couple dogs. This is the die set that I used. I used that snowflake right there, and I die cut it in also the Misty Moonlight. Cut this one in the silver metallic paper, and then just layered them together. Paper right there behind here. If you can see it, that is from the Peaceful Garden paper pack. And this one is called the Pattern Tags die, and makes this cute little bow, which I ended up not using. But the snowflakes that I used are from this set called Frozen Edges. This is from last year, and I just used this one, and then I just stamped around just to make my own pattern paper. I mounted it on a piece of white cardstock and then matted that again on a piece of silver just to repeat it. And then the little tag topper, I guess it is still from the same tag set. A couple of little embellishments, and that is it. On the inside, I did put in a piece of white cardstock, stamped a single snowflake there, and a cute little sentiment there. So I hope you enjoyed my little quick and easy Christmas card series, and that you were able to pull something away and create some Christmas cards of your own. Hope to see you again soon on here on YouTube. I will leave everything that I used in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below as well. Have a good day. Bye-bye.